So we're going to learn how to insert and format graphic elements within a Word document. And for me, this is a bit of a strange one because most of the time when you're using Word, you're not using it for graphic purposes. That's more for PowerPoint. But there are a few questions on your exam that have to do with, inserting illustrations, altering the look of smart art, and that kind of thing. But there's a lot here that you probably won't run into on your exam. So I'll try to clarify which things you should really focus on and which things, you might have to focus on more if you were doing like a PowerPoint exam and not so much your Word exam. So we'll start with the first section, the insert illustrations and text boxes. And to insert a shape, we're going to do that the second one. Let's insert a picture first. So that's more likely what you're going to have, those either insert a shape or insert a picture, but I'll also show you where to go when it comes to inserting 3D models, smart art, screenshots, and text boxes as well. Okay, so let's do the first task, just very straightforward. Under this section 4, insert a picture, and you'd go to the insert tab, just like everything on that list. It's all on the insert tab. Here's the pictures, shapes, icons, 3D models, smart art, and screenshot options. Okay, so, but this one wants us to load a picture, and it'll usually say from this device. And when you go to the document part on the exam, it'll be there. Okay, mine is right here, and this is the one we're looking for, your latte art. So we'll double click on that. It goes, unless it tells me to rearrange the position and the size of the picture, I'll just leave it there. And that's how you would insert a picture in your Word exam. Now, you might have a task like the last one where you just insert a picture, just leave it, and that's fine. But you're more likely to have, if you're going to insert a graphic element on your Word document, you're more likely to have something like the second task here where you have to alter the position of the object and wrap text around the objects. Because when you insert a picture, if you've ever used Word a lot, you know that when you insert a picture, it kind of gets stuck. Like it's almost stuck there, especially if you have text in your Word document. So to allow it to kind of move around the page, you have to add some wrap text and any kind of wrap text style to sort of make it go around the text. And then also there's some position object options that you can use. But we'll practice that in the second task. At the blank space at the bottom of this page, we're going to insert a scroll, a horizontal shape one that contain, and then we're going to type in "say it with latte art," and then we're going to position the shape at the bottom center of the page with square text wrapping. So this is sort of like 3 different skills all in one. We're going to insert a shape, then we're going to position the object, and we're going to wrap text around that object. So this is more likely what your task on the exam will look like. I won't be just insert a shape and leave it there. So that's just not how Microsoft Word works. You usually have to move it around the page. It doesn't go exactly where you want it to as soon as you insert it. So let's insert that shape. We'll go to Insert tab, Shape drop arrow, and we'll look for this scroll. It's in the Stars and Banners group, and it might not be a bad idea to kind of just explore some of these shapes if you're not familiar with them. But we want the scroll horizontal. Doesn't matter. They didn't give us a size, but make it fairly big so you can type in there or copy and paste. I'm going to type, so I'll just click on this shape and just start typing away. Okay, now I've got their text that they want in there, and now I can position the shape at the bottom center of the page. So this is where a lot of people won't be familiar with sort of altering where the shape goes on the page. So what I would do is click on the shape first, go to the Shape Format tab, and then click the Position drop arrow. And there might be a few custom or like default options there that work, but to get the exact one they want, you have to go to More Layout Options. And then instead of the absolute position, we have to go to the alignment for both the vertical and the horizontal. And it says position the shape at the bottom center of the page. So for the vertical, it's the bottom, and it's relative to the whole page. So not the margin, so it won't cut off at the margin, it'll cut off at the very page bottom. And to the center of the page again. So center of the page. So both should say page bottom center. And we'll press OK. And we also want to apply the wrap text option, the square one, which means if it comes in contact with text, it'll go around it. And there's some more advanced options you can do with wrapping your text. but that's more a word expert skill. This is just the word core exam, so you'll probably just have to apply that text wrap. And there you have it. So that's how you complete a task like that. You're probably going to have a task that's going to ask you to do multiple things with graphic elements, just like this one. So we just covered inserting shapes and pictures. You might also have to insert 3D models, and 3D models are very much like pictures. You would just go to the Insert tab, click here, and then go to this device, and the 3D model that they want will be in the document folder, just like a picture will be, and that's all you have to do. You might have to change the view of the 3D model, but that's about it. So you just change the perspective of where you're looking at. Maybe it's the top, left, bottom, that kind of thing. But it's not likely to be on this exam because this is more of something you'd see in PowerPoint. You can't really wow your audience with a 3D model if you're printing off a document and sending it to someone like you can in with presentation software. So not likely to be on your Word exam, but it's there just in case. Now the next thing we could cover is how to insert smart art. Again, not likely to do that. You are more likely to run into smart art that's already on the page and then have to alter it in some way. So again, you're probably not inserting smart art. You're probably modifying the style of the smart art. But if you had, and it might not be a bad thing to sort of get to know the different types. Like if it says smart art process, okay, so it's the basic process, like that, something like that. But again, you would see this more on the PowerPoint exam, not so much on the Microsoft Word exam. And if you have to add a screenshot, it would be right here, and text box as well. The text box question will be similar to kind of like the shape one, where you insert a text box and then type in it, add some text wrapping to it, and position it on the page. So just like the shape, except it's over here.